ESPN FC live on a Sunday. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Mark Donaldson, Stevie Nicol, Luis Miguel Echegaray, and joined shortly live from Anfield by Mark Ogden. So, Stevie Nicol, I'm not sure if you've been naughty or nice this year, but if you've been naughty, then I think you should get a VHS or a DVD of this game for Christmas. That was not good. Is it a better point for Manchester United?
Oh, my goodness, coming into this game, there was nobody outside Old Trafford who were giving Manchester United a chance, including the three of us. So I think frustrating is the only way to sum this up, certainly from a Liverpool side, from a Liverpool point of view. You know, you talk about getting from back middle to front, but then once you get to the front, you know, your players have to produce, and there's not a front player that for Liverpool today who was anywhere close to what they're capable of. I mean, there's not a chance in the game where Liverpool should score. Little bits and bobs, little strikes. Goalie's made a couple of decent saves. All of them you expect them to make, but for the domination, for the possession, and for the amount of time they spent in the final third in and around the penalty box, nothing. I mean, really nothing. I mean, a side that were averaging pretty much 3 goals a game at Anfield. Going forward, absolutely blunt. And the truth of the matter is, the best chance of the game went to Manchester United. Yeah. And Højlund just showing a little bit of inexperience, a lack of composure. Good goalkeeping from Alisson. Stays strong, stays big, but truth is, again, even that hits him straight in the Superman spot, because Højlund just goes for power and doesn't pick his spot. So yeah, a very frustrating afternoon.
Clearly some Liverpool fans in your house as well, by the sounds of things in the background. LME, as much as Liverpool were poor, Manchester United were good today. They were good at stopping Liverpool doing what they are good at. How did United do that today?
I think they just frustrated the hell out of Liverpool today. 34 shots, and like Stevie Nicol said, not one of them really seemed legitimate. And I think sometimes the best way to stop an avalanche, which is what happened last season, right, when Liverpool just destroyed them 7-0, I think Erik ten Hag was, look, the best way to get something out of this match is to make sure that we annihilate anything good that they're good at. Mohamed Salah, don't make sure that he doesn't get a rhythm. He didn't. Trent Alexander-Arnold, made sure that he gets frustrated. He did. Try and make sure that at the very least, the only people that are getting anything out of anything are the players that are least reliant on. Endo had a very good game, but it doesn't mean anything when you can't produce the likes of Darwin Núñez going somewhere, or, you know, any kind of possible attacking force going. And I think that's what United did today. Let's just stick together. Let's frustrate. I mean, it's not like they played a good game themselves. This was a horrible match. You know, this is basically like that episode in Seinfeld when Elaine can't understand why everybody likes the English patient. Like, I don't understand why everybody always goes on about Liverpool United. Almost always it's just a terrible match. And that's what happened today. And I think that Manchester United will get out of Anfield today and be like, we got a point out of that, and we will absolutely take it, at the very least, from a mental perspective, from a confidence perspective, because every single United fan needs that. Liverpool will really be disappointed, because obviously they should have won. And like Stevie said, all of us, I had Liverpool destroying United today. So the fact that they couldn't make it happen, and I know they'll probably get into it in a second, but, you know, it's another example of why I really think they needed a creative, strong midfielder in addition of what they already have. Szoboszlai I love him, but he was terrible today.
Yeah, there's a lot to get into, and I want to bring in Mark Ogden, who's live at Anfield. And on the back of a 7-0 thumping the last time United were there, this was a huge improvement. I'm going to let the viewers into a little bit of a secret. We didn't know when we were going to get you today, Oggy, because normally straight after the final whistle, there's loads of noise, especially if it's the home team that's won. So we have to kind of wait until things have died down so we can hear you. I think we could have come to you in the middle of that game. That's as quiet as I've heard Anfield for a Liverpool-Man United game for some time, Oggy.
Absolutely. It's usually a good 10, 15 minutes because they're all dancing around me and, you know, waving scarves and doing all that kind of thing. But no, it's empty at the moment. And I think you're right. I think the fans could have gone half an hour ago, because it wasn't a great game. LME's right. This game is always held up as the biggest and best game in English football, but it obviously always disappoints. Going back years and years, cup finals a lot. So I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe Liverpool went into this game and believed the hype a little bit, because everybody was saying that Liverpool were going to win this easy. United were like 13-2 to win this game. It was such long hours to win it, and the injuries that United have got. And when I saw the team, from United's perspective, I was worried about the midfield. I was worried that Amrabat can't get around the pitch. Mainly he's a good prospect, but he's young, and they were both booked in the first half, and that leads to nervousness that they're going to get exposed in the second half. But Liverpool just didn't really look like taking advantage. It was a strange game, and there was only Mo Salah that looked like he was going to do anything that could hurt United, but it never came off, and just a really strange game. But I don't want to go too hard on Liverpool, because the piece I'm going to write isn't going to do that, because I think this time next week we could be talking about Liverpool being top of the league. Because it'll be a different game. It'll be a totally different game against Arsenal, because styles will make for a better game, and I think we'll see Liverpool at their best next week. This was Liverpool at their bang average worst, and I think United contributed to that by the way they played.
I think United contributed to that hugely, and Stevie Nicol, without Bruno Fernandes, they had a game plan to come, to frustrate, to hit on the counter, and they stuck to it perfectly. I want to talk to you, Stevie, about just after the hour mark when a substitution was made and Cody Gakpo came on, and that moved Mohamed Salah through the middle. What did you think of what the impact Salah had through the middle was compared with when he saw a lot of the ball on the right-hand side before that?
What impact? What are you talking about?
There you go.
I mean, look, Klopp had to make substitutions, and the truth is, you couldn't turn around and said one has to come off and the other one has to stay on, because they were so blunt in everything they were doing. Towards the end, did Salah go on a couple of runs? But the truth is, by then, it was desperation. Sitting watching it, in my eyes, it was more a case of, right, let's don't do anything stupid defensively, because there were, other than the Hoyland chance, there was a couple of other little breaks that United had that they had numbers up, and had they done better with the final pass or the final decision, then we might be talking about a different outcome. So, look, it was a day where Liverpool, regardless of the name in the back of the jersey, could have switched everybody around going forward, because nobody turned up. Absolutely nobody turned up. Nobody had that edge. Nobody had that little spark. Nobody had that imagination to create anything, as well as United defended and did not give Liverpool a lot of space. But when you spend that amount of time in and around the final third, you have to create something. And it wasn't there. Liverpool didn't have it going forward. United defensively, rock solid.